Even though there are still 3 episodes left in season 7 of The Conners, I'm afraid that Roseanne's spinoff may disappoint one of its most significant characters in this last appearance. The notion of ending the sitcom franchise is intimidating due to the size of The Conners cast. With the exception of the members of the eponymous family and their partners, the series owes Dan, Louise, Darlene, Ben, Mark, Harris, Jackie, Neville, Becky, Tyler, Beverly, and Beverly Rose a fitting farewell. Ideally, Natalie West Crystal and Dan's best pal Chuck Mitchell will make another appearance. Therefore, both the large number of new characters in season 7 of The Conners and the fact that there are only 3 episodes remaining in the spin-off's final run are serious red flags. Some of these characters, such as Jane Lynch's easygoing attorney Jean, defend their existence. Jean has a significant impact on the Connor family's financial future in the impending finale, since she assists them in bringing a lawsuit against the pharmaceutical companies that produced the medications that killed Roseanne. The Conners season 7 barely focuses on Harris running the lunchbox. Characters such as Zoe Perry's sardonic police officer and Seth Green's Chad, on the other hand, seem to belong in a previous season that had more screen time to explore side stories. This is made even more concerning by the fact that one of the most interesting unresolved stories from season 6 has been virtually completely disregarded in season 7. Although Becky's unresolved guilt over Roseanne's overdose was finally addressed in the Conners season 7 plot, Emma Kenny's Harris was hardly mentioned in episode 3, Applications, Accusations, and a Man Bag. During the early seasons of The Conners, Darlene's daughter spent years looking for a purpose. However, in season 6, episode 1, The Publisher Cops Show pilot, she ultimately landed on a promising career path. Jackie ultimately acknowledged that her heart was no longer in the company when a kitchen nightmare-style series stopped by the Lanford lunchbox. Harris was given the opportunity to take over restaurant management by Nick Offerman, the show's host, and Morris Chestnut, a celebrity chef, because she had many ideas for reviving the failing restaurant. Given that Harris had spent years escaping her family's legacy, this initially appeared to be the ideal role for her. Although she had an opportunity to embrace her Connor heritage, the Conners season 7 episode's complete removal of Harris didn't promise well for this plot. The spin-off repeatedly suggested intriguing directions for this plot throughout season 6, but it never pursued any of them. The stress of managing a restaurant by himself caused Harris to have an unexpected panic attack in episode 9, manifesting, marriage testing, and cheeseballs. She was diagnosed with adult ADHD later that episode, but this was quickly forgotten. How the lunchbox is tied to the Roseanne franchise's legacy. In the season 6 premiere of The Conners, Jackie refers to the restaurant as a albatross around the neck of the family when she lets it go and exhorts Harris to turn it into something. Roseanne and Jackie worked at the lunchbox for years before purchasing a share in the restaurant toward the conclusion of the first run of the program, so it has been a part of the Connor family's history for generations. Together with their mother, Beverly, and the late great Martin Mull's recurrent Roseanne character, Leon Karp, the sisters co-owned the diner. However, when the lunchbox came back in the Conners, Leon was never mentioned. Instead, Jackie discovered Beverly still owned her stake in the location, which had fallen into disrepair. She pleaded and demanded with Beverly and Darlene, eventually reopening the restaurant with their blessing. While Jackie and Roseanne's shared narrative was always heartbreaking, it was heartwarming to witness the surviving sisters strive and make their combined business a success so many years later. Similarly, Harris and Roseanne's tumultuous relationship could have turned Darlene's daughter taking over the diner into a nice twist, but the emotional consequences of this have been underexplored in season 7. By ignoring Harris, the Conners is not giving the lunchbox the focus it deserves. Over the decades, the lunchbox became a symbol of the Connor family's tenacity in their constant attempts to work their way out of financial difficulty. However, the Conners season 7's Harris narrative might also have made up for Roseanne's abuse of Darlene's daughter in Roseanne's season 10 comeback. As noted by YouTube creator Jose, Roseanne was radically opposed to the inhumane practice of physically disciplining children in season 6, episode 11, The Driver's Seat, wherein she tearfully apologized to her son DJ after hitting him. In contrast, season 10, episode 3, Roseanne Gets the Chair, memorably saw Roseanne slam a teenage Harris's head in a sink full of filthy dishes. Since Harris was portrayed as an annoying character, this humor was meant to be taken as a harmless jest. However, it came off as a disappointing betrayal of Roseanne's original characterization. Even though Roseanne's passing influenced the Connors, Season 7's failure to emphasize Harris's development demonstrates that Roseanne's spin-off never really accepted the family's following generation.